Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer and another unboxing video. Today we're going to take a look at Empire of the Stars. And I gotta say, I absolutely love this cover. There's not much about the game on it other than the name, but I think this cover is just fantastic looking. Alright, now this is a game by CrossCut Games. And if I remember right, this is a game that re-implements an older game called Galactic Emperor that came out in 2008. I never got to play it, but I remember seeing that game back then and I always wanted to, but I never got a chance to. But this is supposed to be just a re-implementation of that. Okay, so the player who scores the most colony in the galaxy tokens will rule the galaxy for millennia to come. Now, the other thing I'm going to show you too, we happen to get, is the metal coin. So I'll open up these metal coins as well, and we'll take a look at those. But until then, let's get this guy opened up. Let's see what's inside. And like I said, I never got to play Galactic Empire's original one. So I'm excited to see this one out here. And I'll tell you what, this is a heavy box. And you can see it's a thicker box too, but there is some weight to this thing. I don't know if it's just a bunch of cardboard, what it is, but holy crud. I do like a nice heavy-weighted game. And it looks like we got a nice custom insert in here as well. Okay, those look really good. Now we're going to get a couple boards, okay, and a couple rule books is what we're going to get. And let's see, you know what, the one thing I forgot to tell you guys was the player count on this game. We'll have to go back, we'll figure this one out. So you're going to get the player count and all that, the time to play. We're going to have to do that one at the very end, because off the top of my head I don't remember seeing it on the back of the box. Okay, so Empire of the Stars looks like a little bit of a story about your galactic conflict. I heard this is supposed to be a relatively fast game too, not a super long game. So that excites me as well. There's all your player components. Okay, there's your board, your setup. Looks like constructing the throne. So we're either gonna have a cardboard or paper. I don't know what that's gonna be. So we'll take a look at that when we get to it. Okay, got our gameplay, our individual player powers. Explore, the Steward. Very colorful, I will say that. Very colorful rule book. Looks good. The Warlord. See, and there you go. And some variants. Playing with 2 players. Okay, so I'm guessing maybe this is going to be a 3 or 4 player game for the most part. Set up for the first time players, which you might want to do. Talks about the play testers, which is nice. But the cool thing is there's also a solo mode. I did not know there was a solo mode in this game. Okay, so when you set it up for a solo mode, okay, this is all the changes you're going to make. Here's your rules differences. Okay, and here's all playing the game and ending the game. And there you go. Events in the Empire. Set up for multiplayer, using events in a regular game. Okay, that all looks good. Now, what do we have here? We have 4 bags. I'm not going to open these because I don't want to lose them, but these look like there's going to be some dials in this game. So these are all of the components that we're going to need, the top and bottom, to be able to assemble some dials together. Okay, those look very standard from a lot of the dials that I've seen and have been putting together. All right, looks like we're just going to get 3 track markers. This looks like kind of a smoke color, a yellow, and a blue. All right. Make sure we don't lose those. Those are a tiny little bag, all their own. We got like this little wand. I'm not really sure what the wand is, but that actually, I think it's metal. It's cool. I'm guessing this is going to be the first player marker. You are the Emperor. That's your Emperor staff. I don't know if that's it correct or not, but it sounds good for right now. All right, now, these may be extra because there's more here. I don't know. Let's take a look at inside. So inside of this bag, okay, we're going to have more of the blue, yellow, and smoke colored ones. Now maybe the other is just extras. Maybe we didn't get enough. Maybe we're supposed to have 5. I don't know. Okay, but we're also going to get this big cylinder. I'm guessing this might go across the board maybe to track the turn order or the turn round or something. I don't know. I've seen these big cylinders like this used for different games along those lines, so that could be for that. Don't know. Have to look at everything and don't want to speculate too much. Okay, got some cards hidden underneath there. I don't think they were supposed to be there. They might have slid there during shipping. But let's take a look at this. Now this looks like is going to be the tray for all of the ships, for all of the different factions. Okay, your 5 different colors. Now we're going to get some stands. So looks like we're going to be able to, you're going to go through put that on, and then you're going to probably get your ship put on top of that. So all of these, I'm guessing you're going to assemble and disassemble between each of your games. That's going to be my guess, because I'm sure there's not enough here to cover all of the ships in all of these bags. Okay, and I'm kind of just glancing to see if they're all the same, and I can't tell. So we'll go through a couple of these bags and we'll look and see if all these ships are going to be the same, or if you're going to get different molds for every one. Different molds for all of them would be really cool. And it may be that only some of them, like this big guy, I see you put a stand on him, but some of these other ones may not have stands. So the stands may only be for specific ships. Okay, but it looks like we're going to have our different sizes. Whoops, don't drop them, don't lose them. All right, that little guy really wants to fly away. He's got a mind of his own. Okay, so let's get him back in the bag. So that's all the yellow ships. They look really good. These bags are really large for these. Oh yeah, these are all going to be different. So we definitely want to take a look at these. We want to take a look at these. Okay, so the red ones, there's your large ship. See, he's got two as well. Okay, there's your medium ship, and then there's your little small one. Okay, I guess I should probably try to keep everything on the screen. I get so excited, I'm looking at them myself, and I'm kind of forgetting about you guys. I'll try not to do that going forward. All right, and man, I'll tell you, these little ones, I just keep dropping all over the place. Okay, now, I see why they have them in the bag now, but they're definitely going to want to have to come out of this bag, put them in these little trays. It's got a lid on it, so it probably should fit pretty tight. You're probably not going to have to put them back in the bags after every play. All right, but let's see what these yellow guys look like. That's actually a really cool looking ship right there. Okay, and then the middle one, medium-sized one's right there. You got your little one. Okay. All right. But yeah, putting them in and out of these bags after every play would be a lot. All right, the purple guys. What are the purple guys going to look like? Aye, get them out of there. Okay. Oh, these are cool looking. All right, hopefully I got a little one in there, so I did. Okay, so there's your large ones. Okay, that's your little large one right there. And then we got our medium-sized one. A couple of those, and then there's your little small ones. I do like the look of those. I do like the look of those. Those are cool. I play red most of the time, but I'll tell you what, right now, looking at these, I'm playing purple. So now, I don't know if each one of these different colors, the ships, I don't know if they all have their own special powers, if they play totally different, if they play the same, what it's going to look like. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check that out, because I do like that purple. But then again, these green ones aren't too bad either. Okay, there's your large size, there's your small guys. All right, and then there's your little medium size. Okay, and that is all of your ships. Now, let's shove all these off to the side, and I'm probably not going to put all these back in this little compartment during this, because yeah, I don't think you guys really necessarily want to watch me do all that. So the tray, I'm just going to put the tray off to the side. We know where it's going to go. The tray is going to end up going back here when we're all said and done. All right, now let's take a look at the boards, and it looks like we do have dual layer boards. Okay, so let's see if we can get these guys opened up. And let's see, we got, looks like a few of them. I think we're going to have one for every color. Have to kind of glance at them and see if by chance there's a difference between the different factions. Maybe they have different cards that go with each one of them. You know, I don't know. I actually totally forgot about the other game, and this Empire of the Stars. I think this came out in 2001. I didn't even know it existed. I didn't even know they remade it. But oh, but these are nice, thick dual layer boards. Looks like you're gonna have a spot here for a card or something. Your little cubes are gonna go right here. Okay, now there is your for the white player. Okay, so you got your Emperor, you got your Scientist, your Overlord. I don't know if there's going to be any difference. We'll have to take a look. And then there's your green player, which is right there. All right. I'm not really seeing a difference on them. I'm kind of thinking all these here might be the same. Might be all the text might be the same. I'm not seeing really much of a difference. Okay, so it could just be they give you different colors, and they're going to give you the different ship models, which is actually really cool. I like to see some difference between them if possible. Maybe it is there, maybe it's not there. I'm just not seeing it yet. Okay, but it looks like there is a lot to this game. So that's something we just may not have gotten down to yet. I do that a lot. I'll sit there and I'll look at a game and I'll think about what I want to see in the game or what I think might be in the game, and then when I go through it, then I may be right, I may be wrong. Okay, all right. So it looks like we're gonna have these cards are dual-sided. Okay, so they have different. So like here's your aristocrat, there's your aristocrat. Okay, I don't know when they're gonna come out. Starting resources. Okay, so we'll just kind of flip through these. I'm kind of getting off the track here. You can pause if you need to. You can, based on the rule book, you might know what these cards are going to do, so you might be able to figure this out for yourself as well. But this might be a card that's going to be given to every individual person that's playing, and this may be their starting resource. Maybe they get a draft between one or two. I don't really know, but they'll probably get their starting resources based on the card. It's going to dictate basically how they're going to necessarily need to play the game. So, I mean, if they're a rage monster, you know, they're probably going to do something a whole lot different than if they were, like, say, a pacifist. Okay, but then again, I'm also guessing, I'm speculating, but that's what I do. I like to think about this kind of stuff. Things are always just going through my brain. Different things about games. Okay, now let's take a look at these cards. I have no idea what these ones are. Looks like we got some military cards. Is that going to be this whole? No. Okay, so we're going to have some military cards. I like to separate these out a little bit, just so we know what we're looking at. We got some industrial cards. We got some science and culture cards. And is that going to be the rest of this? That is. So let's look at these science and culture cards. Okay. And we'll just kind of flip through those. Let's get a good look at them. Like I said, pause if you need to. Okay. If I took went too slow going through these, we'd be here all day. We don't want to do that. We just want to get an idea of what this game is going to look like, what's going to be in there. If something catches your interest, you can pause it, you can look at it, you can read it. Had my thumb covering most of that one. Okay. Negotiate and the scout ship. All right, let's put those off to the side. Now let's look at the military cards. Okay. So I'm guessing there's just going to be different decks. You're going to do different things. It's going to allow you to probably draw a card. I don't know. This looks really good. I like this background. I like the artwork in the background. The space area. You got, you know, your little planetary substations back all over the place. I don't know. The death ray. I almost blew by the death ray. We do not want to do that. The ion cannons and the plasma beams would get me. And there's your face shields. All right, and what is this last one? This last one is going to be the industrial cards. Armadas, how we're going to start it. Okay. All right. Got the Trader, Hypercube. This is an interesting font that they used for the title of all of these. I'm glad they didn't use it all over the place, right? I have a hard time reading some of these. All right, before engineering, gain one fighter from your supply at no cost. Hey, I like efficiency. Okay, we got just a couple more left. The space pirates. Got to have good space pirates. But if they're ice pirates, that's when you got to worry. All right. Okay, now, what do we got here? We got story cards. Okay, I'm not really sure what story cards are for, but we'll look and see what we have. And are all of these story cards? Oh, they're going to be different. So we got story cards. Okay, we're going to have some warlord cards. Yeah, okay. Some regent cards. Looks like a few different decks here. We're going to have some engineers. It's interesting. You notice the pattern on the backs of these is different. Okay, then we're going to have your scientist cards. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering why that back pattern is different. That's actually really cool. Explorer, merchants. I'm just going to, Stewart, I'm going to leave all these. I'm going to probably go through these as a deck because there's a lot of different ones. And there's more Explorer cards. So they're kind of out of order anyways. All right, so let me put this back in a stack. Let's go through them. I don't know if the back's going to tell us what we get. There we go. So yeah, Warlord. So yeah, so this is going to tell us what they are, so you can look at them. We'll flip through them all. Like I said, you can pause, okay? Take a look at them if you need to. I'll try to keep my thumb out of the way as much as possible. On some of these cards, it's going to be hard to do, especially if they have a lot of text. But, you know, there may be only one or two of you out there that actually will pause and read all of these cards and really digest this, but that's okay. That's what this is for. Some of you guys may not want to sit there and look at all this, may not be pausing it, and you just maybe just kind of, okay, how can I fast forward through this guy? That's your choice. All right. Try to do this to help everybody. And this helps me too. Kind of gives me an idea of what's in this game. I mean, I'm going to open this thing up and I'm going to punch it and I'm going to look at it, but going through them like this actually is different than if I was to buy a game, get it on my table, open it up. I look at them a whole lot different. I kind of like this kind of thumbing through it. Just kind of look at all the different stuff really fast, get kind of a good idea. And then at that point, then I'll start looking at the setup. I get the board on the table, start going through the setup, get all the pieces out in place. Don't even know what I got to do in the game yet, but I just kind of put everything out the best that I can. Okay, figure it all out. And then when everything's all set up and ready to go, that's when I start learning how to play the game. Okay. But yeah, just kind of looking at it first is always a good idea. Okay. There we go. Just a couple more of these left. And then we'll start getting to the meat of the game. We're going to look at the board. We're going to look at the tokens. All right. Get those punch boards out. And let's see what else we're going to find in this game. And there you go. And that is all the cards. Unless there's some more cards down in the bottom, I have absolutely no idea. So let's take a look and see what we're going to get. Now, this is going to be that little box thing, I believe, the little emperor seat or whatever they called it, that we're probably going to have to put together. Okay, all this up here. Looks like we're going to have some little ship tokens. Here's one of your little dials for tactics, weapon, shield. I'm guessing every player is going to have one of these, and it looks like it's going to come, every player, whatever your color is, okay, you're going to get a different board. And I'm not really sure what that one's for. And there's the backside if you want to look at the backside. Looks like there's nothing special on the backside of these. Now, how are they going to punch? That board punches really good, and the dial punches really good, okay? So, yep, they look good. So, I'm expecting to see probably 5 of these boards. They're all going to look the same. And I'm guessing these tokens here, I'll have to look. I don't know if these tokens are going to be relative to the individual colors. Okay, those look like little Lego pieces myself, just looking at it. But, okay, and that little token wants to come down. But I notice everyone has their own and their own little color, and these just want to fall right out. So I'm guessing each one of these boards is going to be relative per player. So every player is going to have their own board, their own tokens, their own little thing they got to have, or little emperor seat thing, whatever. I don't remember what that was called. So I hope I got all this. I'm not just kind of glancing at everything. Okay, but yeah, all of those look relatively the same. Now, on here, what are we going to have? You know what? Let's do this. I am just going to do this. Looks like we have some tokens on the board. I'm going to angle those because I can get to them a whole lot easier. Now, we're going to have, looks like, I don't know, some little planetary locations that you can go to. I'm not sure. This might be, I'm guessing, money, credits. I'm not really sure. We'll take a look at that. And then whatever these are, all players score 1 colony token, so I'm not really sure how those are going to come out. And that's at the backside. So the backside doesn't look too different. So I'm guessing these might be all shuffled together because the backside is generic and these are generic. So I'm guessing all of those are going to be shuffled together. You not know what you're going to get. And there you go. Okay. And just like I said, generic. Front side is all we need to see on these. Except for, wow. We'll have to see if these blanks actually come into play because, boy, that'd be horrible if you turn one of those over. I'd expect to see something more like this. So those blank ones may actually just be extras. I don't know. Okay. And that's all there is for those, for the punch boards. Okay. So let's do this. Oh, get my big arm out of the way. I'm going to put these off to the side because I need to make some room because it looks like this board is actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. So let's make some room here a little bit. I don't have a ton of room on my table right now, but I can do this. Okay. Now, this board looks like it is two-sided, which I love. To me, if you have a board and it folds out and you can have a two-sided map, especially when it's space, okay, then do it. Anytime you can give us a second map, 2 different ways to play, that's totally awesome. That looks very interesting. I'm not really sure what it is. These actually look kind of cool. All the different areas on the board, and I now know why they're like that. So this probably has to do with, I'm guessing with something with lining them up. I don't know, or saying, hey, that card's going to be for this quadrant. Maybe. Now, if we flip this to this other side, okay, what do we got? Don't really know if there's much of a difference. I didn't pay too much of attention. I was actually just trying to look at everything else. Oh, other than this, yeah, it's actually not in the middle. It's off to the side, isn't it? Okay, so you can definitely see where there's a little bit of a difference. Okay, and it looks like I'm not really sure what these are, but that looks really good. That's actually a really, I love that background artwork. That is, to me, that is just outstanding. That is super, super nice. And that looks like it is everything you're going to get in this box. So the fun part's going to be, how does it all go back in the box? Because there's a lot here. Now, granted, all of these boards need to be punched, okay? And I will be doing that here shortly. But until then, we're going to stick it all in here. We'll stick the board down the bottom. Let's just put the punch boards right there. I'm hoping everything goes back in here relatively simple, because with these stands or these boards, these dial boards, we got to figure out how those are going to go into play. I know this is going to go here. We're going to take all of these boards here. Okay, I know those are going to go off to the side here. These, I don't know, they're, because these dials, yeah, they're probably going to end up fitting on top, but everything's going to sink way down as well. Okay, I know the cards were just kind of stacked up right here. Now these, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm just going to put them in here like this for now. I am going to put these cards like in some bags or something like that, because I'm not a fan of them just sitting wide open like this. I don't like my cards getting damaged. I don't like my cards getting ruined. I'm going to put these right here for right now. Okay. These tokens are going to go here. I know these little bags are going to hold all the dials in place. Let's get this token. We're just going to put him right here for right now. We're going to get him in there. Got what I'm guessing might be the first player marker. We got these. What else do we have? Those are going to be garbage. Now, I'm going to leave these out for right now. But remember, just all of these are going to be in here. It's going to fit in here just perfectly fine. Okay. Half of this stuff is going to be gone. So our rule book's actually going to fit off to the side. And this is going to go here. Okay. So everything's easily going to go back in this box. Punching it and putting it all together, it's all going to work fine. And that is going to be your base game. Remember, all this is going to go in that tray. But I want to show you these coins, because if you're like me, metal coins is probably my favorite upgrade of any game. Unless they're poker chips. I really like the poker chips too. But these are really nice, really heavy. These just feel good. And these are generic enough, I can probably use these in another game. Okay, these are really, really nice. There's your 5 marker. Okay, they're, what, about a couple millimeters thick, but they do have a good weight to them, and they're not super, super tiny. All right, and the nice thing is they actually look like they're going to stack pretty good too. Now, nothing worse than getting metal coins and they won't stack. They just fall over the place. I got a couple games like that. That's kind of really disappointing to me. But let's pull out a couple of these, and these are your 1 tokens. These little triangles. These are really cool. I do like these. These are just fantastic. Okay, well, that's actually really dark. I need to kind of try to get... The one time I want light, and I don't get light. Okay, but these look really good. I do like them. Let's see if we can get them up here a little bit closer. Yeah. Oh, metal coins. This, I'll tell you what, this is a nice upgrade, because it looks like otherwise you might get like that little cardboard, the little rectangle. I think that's your money. I would... This is an upgrade. This is worth the upgrade to me. Hands down. Whoever designed and made these coins and put this together, well done. Very well done. I really like them. There you go. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is everything you're going to get if you get Empire of the Stars and if you buy the coin expansion. Otherwise, that's what you're going to get. Okay. If you've played this game, or if you've played the original game, Galactic Emperor, leave a note down in the comment. I would love, especially if you played Galactic Emperor, I'd love to know your comments and what you think about that game. Leave it down below. If you've played this one, leave comments about that down below as well. I want to know what you think. This looks fantastic. I want to get to this table. I want to play it. But there you go. Hope you all have a good day. And as always, thank you for watching.
Please somebody help me on my feet again. And I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been.
Buy it!